Thank you to the many local businesses that support Border Radio and help make the music possible. If you have a business that would like to include Border Radio in your marketing mix, we're here to provide a customized program for you. Call us at 877-838-5292 or visit borderradioaz.org for more information.
What's up, Yuma? I'm Johnny.
And I'm Roni.
And on today's program, we are going to be joined by Tyler Woodman.
So he is from the Lemon Grove, and they have another location opening up.
Yes, and you hear a lot about the Lemon Grove now. They're everywhere. They seem to have captured social media.
Oh, they're all over.
Yeah, so we're going to find out what the secret is to doing that.
And their ice cream.
And more. Yep. So stay with us for What's Up Yuma Radio, beginning right now on KOFA 94.7 FM.
And streaming now online through the KAWC YouTube and Border Radio Facebook pages. And send us an email to whatsupyumaradio@kawc.org.
What's Up Yuma with Johnny Porter is sponsored by Yuma Electric Service, LLC, serving the Yuma area for more than 25 years. YumaElectricServiceLLC.com.
Chili from Philly. Nick Papa Giorgio from Yuma.
What's up, Yuma? Welcome back to another episode of the What's Up Yuma radio show. I'm Johnny.
And I'm Roni.
And on today's program, as teased, you probably heard of a place called the Lemon Grove. I think so. I don't know how you couldn't have now, right?
It's everywhere.
I know what a lemon grove is. I've seen them. I grew up around orchards. I guess is that orchard, Tyler? Is that the thing?
Oh, by the way, this is our guest.
Yeah. Wait, I want that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Is it?
Grove and orchard can be
okay,
used
it's the same. Okay, cool. Anyway, so you probably heard about it. So today we have the man behind the Lemon Grove, Tyler Woodman. Thank you for being with us today, Tyler.
Thanks for having me.
Yes, I'm so excited to have you on.
Yeah, so ag, a big part of your family. We're talking about off air a little bit about that you went to school for it, but it started back with your grandfather, I believe.
Yeah, so our citrus operation.
Get a little closer to the mic. You can bring it to you.
Okay. Our citrus operation for our family here in Yuma started after World War II. My grandfather was raised in Northern California, and like many young men, he went off and fought in Europe. And when he came back, they had a deal for the vets that, they had to, after the war was over, or before it was, when it was ending, they said, hey, we got a couple million boys that are of working age overseas, and they're all coming home, and they all need jobs. So the Yuma project was one of these deals. The irrigation systems were put in as part of the New Deal before the war, and so the water system was in, and so it was just basically, the land, the water, and just you needed to put in your sweat equity and get the job done. So when all these guys came out here, and it was a lottery system, so you got drawn out of a hat, and they said you got drawn, in our case, on 40th Street and 4E. And you get 40 acres, a little barracks to live in, and the water. So they tried peanuts out here. They tried alfalfa. They tried cattle, and that's why the peanut patch is the peanut patch. That was an old experimental peanut thing that they were doing. Oh, so it's kind of similar then to the Lemon Grove because it has the same history. Yeah. So the original owners of the peanut patch, the people that founded it, they were homesteaders themselves. So they started doing what I'm doing, 60 years ago, and it. They used to grow a lot of peanuts out back. Like when I was a kid, we used to take field trips out there, and they were harvesting the peanuts, and they still have the harvester in back. I think you can take a tour and they'll show you some of that. But yeah, the whole Yuma Mesa started out with a bunch of young GIs that have just gotten back from war. So a lot of them didn't end up making it. They gave it 2-3 years, and it's tough. A lot of guys had never been in the heat like this, or including my grandfather. He was just like, what is this place? So it was definitely tough, and it wasn't just on the Yuma Mesa too. This is kind of what I'm trying to do. The Lemon Grove is a lot of different things, but part of it is we need to tell the story of Yuma and why it is how it is. So in the Yuma Valley, the Gila Valley, the Welton Mohawk area, Dome Valley, the Yuma Mesa, they all have their own really unique historical deals. Like they all have a different story. They all have different names and people associated with it. So part of what I'm going to do is like my dad's age, those guys are dying. So we don't want these stories to die with our parents that are about our grandparents and our great-grandparents. So a lot of this that we're going to start doing is to tell a lot of stories just about where we live and how we got here.
So what was it that interested you in the history of all this? Because it sounds like you really like it, because you even mentioned the Dome Valley, these other places that are quite a ways away from the Lemon Grove, but you know a little bit about something. So what got you into the history? Is it because of your grandfather and the steep history that he has at the location, or what was it?
Well, it's more, there's lots of me. There's lots of, Yuma-born kids that had dads and grandfathers that are ranchers. So, we all tend to know each other. So when I'm visiting, I have friends that are growing in all the regions. So what they're doing is different from what I'm doing. And, I find it interesting to see, the way a lettuce operation is completely different than a melon operation, completely different than citrus. I mean, we don't even use the same tractors. So, we're worlds
I have
apart.
no idea.
Yeah, but
It all looks the same to someone like me.
yeah, but at the end of the day, we're all still going for that same corner of the grocery store. So how a lettuce gets out of the field and gets to the shelf, and how a lemon does the same, it's a whole different process.
But you end up at the same spot.
Yeah, but it's fascinating the way it gets there too.
Awesome.
So you because of your friends that grew up in agriculture, you're like, okay, maybe what's your story? And you got a little bit of that, like pull on that thread a little bit more, and how you ended up finding out.
Yeah.
Because I look at Dome Valley and I just say, why? Why would anybody live there?
Yeah.
Why would you? My grandparents used to live there. I think the Dunn family had places out there, but why?
Well, so it was back in those days, it was a free opportunity. So you have to think all the places where you see fields, like if you look at the satellite imagery, that was a floodplain of the Gila River. So that's fertile ground. It's not sandy, but all that was covered in brush. Like you couldn't walk through it if you tried. So literally these guys went out there in the 50s, or it might have been earlier, I'm not sure on the dates, but and people that still live out there, the Rieslands, the Ramseys, Hancocks, the Murdocks, they went out there with bulldozers and bulldozed it and, worked that ground. And now Dome Valley is some of the most fertile ground in Yuma.
Really?
Yeah. So there's some of that is tip top for produce growing, and it gets the top dollar for rent and for leasing. So they took just a wasteland and made it into an agricultural powerhouse.
So somebody, you mentioned wasteland, but somebody saw a wasteland and turned it into an opportunity, and they knew, and they still had to build for the future. Right? Yeah. It's like you have to have the future in mind. You have to be a visionary to go to something like that and say, okay, yes, this one day,
this will grow plants.
This will have plans. But
so like the Murdocks out there in Welton, they are Roll and Tacna. Like the Roll post office is across the street from their homestead house, and then there's the school, and like that, that's it. So. But they would have never thought, like in 100 years, what is this place going to be? And it's amazing that they had the foresight, and the grit and the drive to just come out here and it's out there, just start digging, like
don't give up.
Yeah.
Don't get off your tractor till you're done. And then you get to do a whole nother job, which is farming it. So
and in the beginning it's just a bunch of dirt and rocks, right? And brush, or debris. And so did you hear stories growing up about your grandfather, and was your father in ag as well? What was that like?
Did you grow up on a farm?
I grew up right across the street from Smucker Park on Avenue A. So I used Smucker and running down into Kofa after hours. That's what I did growing up. And
After hours?
Yeah. And So I grew up in town, and we, my dad was born and raised in the house that I live in now.
Oh, wow.
And which was built in the late 40s. So, and then my parents moved out on the farms when I was in high school. So I did grow up in town, but we were always out on the farm.
Always out, yeah.
So you lived in town, but your family was always involved in farming.
Yeah, I mean,
since birth.
Yeah, driving on Avenue A, one of our ranches is right there on Avenue A in County 14th. So
Okay.
technically, and then my dad's office was right next to Yuma Preschool. So
Oh, nice.
That was kind of our little corner that we'd get back out there. But the deal with my dad, he went to college for citrus at Cal Poly Pomona, and he got out, and so my grandpa's company in the 70s was pretty big, and so the way that my grandpa's deal went is back in the 40s when all these young men were having a hard time making a go of it out there on the Yuma Mesa. My grandfather, a man named Willie Roach, and a guy that you may have heard of named Glenn Curtis, pooled their resources and started buying up the other homesteaders' land when they left and making it a bigger deal. And Glenn's job was to go out in the world and talk to the important people and get them to invest in the Yuma citrus industry. So at one point in the 70s, even the Kennedy family had 80 acres out here.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it was a huge thing. And so my dad got into the real estate side of things. And so my dad always, worked, and they split up in the 70s, but my dad always did both. So my dad is a real estate agent or broker and developer as much as he is a farmer. So
because both is needed, right? Because you need
Land.
farmland,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So you need somebody to be able to negotiate, and somebody that could traffic and navigate through those things. So it's a part of it.
yeah,
So
and
very much.
when you're farming around a growing city, the city's coming. So
That's right.
and it's funny because people think, oh, he's a farmer. He automatically he hates developers, and it's like,
I love them.
my dad actually sold you your house, like where you built it. It used to be called the Sinclair Ranch, but
Yeah.
So when we're up north and the city starts coming that way, we don't take the money and run. We buy more farmland with it.
That's right.
So
You kind of just move.
yeah.
Yeah.
And the Yuma Mesa is zoned the way it is. Where I live, I have an Amazon plant out back of my house now. So
Wow. Oh, yeah.
so we got an airport right in the middle of things. So there's a lot of different things at play, going on out there that dictate the way it is. But I love living on the Mesa. It's to me, it's heaven on earth going out there every morning and just, my wife was out there like drinking coffee, feeding some chickens, And
Yeah.
I was
I bet your kids love it too. Just
Yeah.
all the space.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, Tyler named his son Bo after my husband Bo. I want everyone to know that.
I did. It's because of his shining personality.
He wanted me to say that. So there you go. Now it's out in the atmosphere. Anyway, so the kids probably love all the land.
Yeah. So
So much
they,
room.
They, and, now that the lemon grove is next to my house, so the kids love having an ice cream machine.
24/7.
Yeah. It's not good.
No.
Now that they can reach the handles, it's becoming a problem.
So when you're younger and you hear some of these stories and these fascinating, you're spending time on the farm. Did you know that you wanted to go in ag as well? Was that your dream? Was that when you were in elementary school, junior high? Maybe follow in your father's footsteps or grandfather's? What side you want to take?
Or did it just land in your lap?
Yeah. So I'm the only grandson on both sides, and I'm the only. Me and my sister are the only grandkids, and I never really thought about it.
So you didn't think. So you're younger, like you had other aspirations.
Yeah. My other grandfather was a F4 pilot, and he he's in Vietnam, and then he founded the guidance department out here with Jim Carruthers in the 80s. So his second half of his career, he was a guidance counselor out at AWC. So he would take me over to the submarine base in San Diego. We'd go walk on a sub, and it was just he was high ranking enough to like
Oh,
go
yeah,
do
yeah,
cool
yeah.
stuff. Yeah, so I got my upbringing I was exposed to a lot, and when I started working, I was like, I don't want to. Well, the statute of limitations are probably up. I was probably like 12 or 13.
yeah.
No legal
yeah,
ramifications now. Okay,
I don't
let's
think
talk
they're
about
gonna
it.
they're gonna come after you,
we
your
were
parents.
definitely out there. I was learning how to weld, learning how to prune and stuff. In the summers, definitely starting in junior high, learned how to drive out there. So, and just kind of like, it's not a 9 to 5.
Yeah.
When you live on a farm and your family's involved in it, there's always something going on. It's a 24-hour thing. So, you just kind of start to grow into it. And then it's kind of weird to think of like that you would do something else.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
okay. So since you're around it so much, the child labor laws are being broken. You're working.
They're like,
I'm
oh,
just
you
kidding.
can walk,
Yeah,
come
no,
help.
Yeah. The chickens are hungry. Go get them.
Go feed them now.
So you growing up in it, just being part like by osmosis,
Yeah.
it's taken over. It's doing what it does, and then it's like, well, what else would I do,
Yeah,
right?
and it seems
this
like
is
a
part of who
natural
you are.
fit. It really does. It seems like a natural fit.
Yeah, and I guess that's where we kind of pivot into the lemon grove, right? So I'm a commercial grower. I'm a sun-kissed grower. I'm sending my fruit all around the world in a big way. So, and that's what Yuma does. We feed everybody. So, if you want to go buy a head of romaine or a nice orange, you just can't. You can't go buy fresh romaine in Yuma because of the way everything is. So, to me, when I was working, when I was in college here, I was working at our packing facility, and working in the packing, the big lemon factory, and it's literally like a cartoon. There's lemons on conveyors going every which way in boxes, and it's crazy. And to me, I started getting fascinated by the marketing part of it. So not every piece of lemon, not every lemon is perfect. Some have scratches. You've gone to the grocery store, you've obviously seen some ugly fruit.
Yeah.
So, we have a grading system. We have first, second, third, fourth. Fourth is juice grade. But our first grade should have 0 blemishes on it.
Okay.
And the way Sunkist protects that brand, or used to, is they would put on the side of the box, it has the full name Sunkist. Their second grade has a SK. The third grade just says Arizona Lemons. And so to me, like that kind of spurred an interest in marketing to me when I took a marketing class in college. Like,
So college, you ag, some of your college classes, but also marketing.
Yeah.
So you a little bit of both because like you said, you had a real world experience looking into like, okay, Sunkist, because you said you had the different grades of the lemons. It's like, well, they got to sell them all. And they got to figure out a way to sell them all, right?
Exactly.
And then probably different price points, and then how you negotiate all that. So
and you want to protect Sunkist as being the best.
Yeah.
It has our full
absolutely.
name on
Well,
it.
I like
Has
when you
to be the best.
When you said Sunkist, like I know a Sunkist lemon, right? Like the shape of it, you could when you go to the market, at least like you said, used to or whatever. But they would be definitely something that looks like a Sunkist lemon.
Yeah.
Right. So that's getting your wheels turning a little bit at that point, right? You're like, okay, so how do they do this? Why do they do this? And maybe how can I help the family with a little bit of this? Is that in there?
Yeah, the food industry is cool. You got like cotton candy grapes.
Yeah.
Or the different colored things, or blood oranges. The pink pineapples are coming off right now. So, or the apples as they come out. The Honey Crisp was huge when it came out. So. This is like fruit dork
I'm like,
stuff.
wow, he's geeking out over here.
So you got to think of it. So it takes, for a grape, you got to grow a vine. For a tree, you got to grow the tree. So you got to be in there 6-7 years ahead of time. And then you got to hit a home run on the marketing. And then you got to keep up with the supply when the marketing catches up.
Wow. So a lot.
Learning a lot.
Yeah, a lot that really goes into it, and your wheels are turning. We're going to come back and talk about how those wheels got turning, and now the Lemon Grove, it really looks like you put all that marketing knowledge into that, because to me, it almost came out of nowhere, and then it's everywhere. So that's some of the genius behind it. So we'll be back with Tyler. We're going to take a quick break. You're listening to What's Up Yuma Radio right here on 94.7 KOFA Border Radio.
What's Up Yuma is sponsored by Yuma Electric Service, LLC, serving the Yuma area for more than 25 years. Specializing in residential and commercial wiring, services also include EV charging unit installs and solar-ready service panel upgrades. Information and consultation appointments at yumaelectricservicellc.com.
Good morning. This is Cecilia Hollins-Braithwaite from the KWC Newsroom. We expect a sunny day with a high near 110 degrees in Yuma today. Winds out of the south at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Could gust up to 20 miles per hour. Widespread haze expected after 5 p.m. Clear tonight with a low of 84. A Yuma man, Jose Valdovinos, age 26, is in U.S. Customs and Border Protection custody after he and his wife were stopped on Sunday afternoon. Friends and family say it's unlawful. Details at KEWC.org.
Christina's Closet will host Swing for a Cause, a golf tournament in support of the organization's ongoing mission of helping individuals return to the workforce. The event, including lunch, raffles, and prizes, will take place on September 13th at Cocopah Bend RV and Golf Resort. More information and tickets at christinascloset.org.
What's up, Yuma? Welcome back to What's Up Yuma Radio. We are here talking to Tyler Woodman about the Lemon Grove, and we left at a point where he's starting to see the marketing inside of Sunkist, right? And
Yes.
he kind of showed us or took us into, in my mind, what a lemon packing place looked like, and they had the different versions of these lemons. Some of them not so perfect, but you got to sell them.
Yeah.
You got to figure out how to sell them. So pick up right there and let us know how that got those wheels turning and what you did to kind of pull on that thread and figure that out.
So, like we were talking about, like with cotton candy grapes and stuff, like there's always the next big thing. And, you know, if you go, I bought some the other day at Albertsons. It was $12 for a bag of cotton candy grapes.
Wow.
And I was like, whoa. But
I accidentally bought one time. I just picked it up, and then when I went to and I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Why is this so expensive? And I was like, not going to happen again. No, I'm not going to do that. But is it marketing, or do they taste better?
They taste like cotton candy, but I
Well,
prefer regular.
Okay, but let's let the expert.
Oh, sorry. My opinions don't matter.
No, I'm serious. I'm serious. Do you know anything about that? I'm asking.
Tell us the secret.
there's definitely placebo.
Okay. Yeah.
You know.
Oh,
Ronnie.
If you put a picture of a popsicle in front of your face and start telling you it's a popsicle, like you will start to
Yeah.
something will
They
start to
lied
smell
to
like
me.
it or taste like so you know, thinking of marketing, thinking of the next big thing.
Yeah.
So the next big thing in citrus has been the cutie or the Meyer lemon or the Cara Cara. So, which is a pink navel. People are still finding out about that. So, you know, I was just thinking of that. Like, what
could you do?
Yeah, and looking through these different hybrids and stuff, and trying to figure something else out that we can grow other than lemons to try to help us out. So, because we are facing a significant amount of pressure from South American imports. Historically, South America has never been allowed to ship into the United States until 2017. So, you know, they pay their workers in a month what we pay ours in a day.
Wow.
And it's just, you know, it's tough to compete. So we got to keep our standards up, and, you know, we got good contracts. Like, we are the exclusive supplier of lemons to Chick-fil-A.
What, really?
Yeah. So
Oh.
if you have Chick-fil-A lemonade.
I love Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
Well, everybody
especially-
loves
I'm
their
sorry.
lemonade, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
it used to be they used to cut it fresh in every store, but they had too many insurance claims on people cutting themselves. So Chick-fil-A actually built a juice plant And so they buy from Southern California and from here. From us, it's in the wintertime, and we put it in their own special bins, and they go to the Chick-fil-A plant, and they literally have robots and stuff. There's no people that work in
goodness.
it. They made it to run off like 2 people.
Wow.
And, the robot comes and takes the bin off, and it gets squeezed, and it all goes around the country.
I'll never look at their lemonade the same ever again.
It's crazy.
We're being taken over by robots, Ronnie.
It's
Ronnie's
funny.
worst fear is coming.
We talked about it yesterday. The Terminator uprising.
Terminator, yeah.
So it's funny because so they built a high-tech, deal.
Yeah.
But this stupid robot thing.
He's all stupid.
Well,
stupid robot.
If it's 5 pounds overweight, then it can't lift it.
Oh, geez.
But
it's weak. It's a weak robot.
But if it's underweight, then we're in trouble for shorting you. So we literally had to add 2 guys to sit there with a scale and a forklift and a bucket and take a couple in, throw a couple out so that the robots could do their job. So it's kind of like, hey, it was nice of you guys to get rid of those workers, but we have had to add them. So it kind of evened out, I guess.
That's cool. The jobs are still here.
Yeah, the jobs are in Yuma.
For going like that.
Jobs are here in Yuma. The robots haven't taken over quite yet here
They're in
Yuma.
California.
But we are going to Dale's house when it happens. He said he's prepared.
Dale, yesterday's guest. So how does that feel, though, to get that exclusive with Chick-fil-A to be able to do that
so
like
cool.
that? That must feel great.
It's survival.
Yeah.
Survival's the name of the game. We're in a precarious situation with our water, and there's a lot of pressure. So it's definitely not something we're taking for granted at the moment.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Well, did you negotiate that deal? Did somebody negotiate?
Oh no, that's a
like a long-standing.
That's like big time people doing that stuff.
Oh, okay. You're like, not me.
Yeah, that's like Sunkist corporate.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so they do it on that level, but you just know they're growing here, and then okay,
and then
gotcha.
they come and take them.
They come, and the robots show up like, we want
Thank
your
you
lemons.
for your lemons.
Yeah. So every house is independent. So like we are a Sunkist house, but the Glenn Curtis company owns it and runs it. It's just we're all under the Sunkist umbrella.
And is Sunkist still here over there across from the Marine base? Is that what that is? Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that's Mission Citrus.
Mission, okay.
Oh, okay.
Gotcha.
And that's owned by the Curtis family.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So the lemon is
Lemon
that
Grove.
The Lemon Grove. So it went from a lemon grove to a destination now. Like take us a little bit on that journey, right?
How'd you do that?
I don't know.
You don't know.
And if someone could
All
tell
right.
me why
Thank you guys for listening to What's Up Yuma Radio. We'll be back tomorrow.
We're canceled. No.
Thanks, guys.
So how'd it happen?
Deep breaths. You can take deep breaths.
This is funny. So my wife went back to school to be a nurse practitioner.
Yes.
She was a registered nurse. And
Hi, Amy.
Hi, Amy. I love you.
Oh.
And so when this is so funny.
Don't embarrass her.
When she was in school, and we just had our daughter and stuff. So I was like, hey, babe, like we got some like different trees around like our yard and stuff. Like, why don't you like throw some bags of fruit out? Like all those people on 5E do it. Like, why don't we do it?
Like sell fruit on the side of the road?
Yeah. And she's like,
what?
are you kidding me? And I'm like, well, you don't have to like sit out there. You could just put the fruit out there.
And just say, hey,
and people leave money. And she's like,
yeah, right.
That's like the tooth fairy, right? You just put a tooth out.
So the honor system is alive
You
today.
should have seen the look I got from her. Yeah, so...
she's like, I'm a nurse.
Yeah, so it was late. So it was like March or April. So... I put fruit out on it was literally a big Tupperware thing with an old door because we just renovated our house. And I put some bags of fruit out on it. And I literally told my wife, and they were $5. And that was, it's a big bag, so it was a good deal. So I was like, even if we sell like
a few
20 in a week, that's like $100 that we didn't have. That's like $400 a month,
There you go.
So I was stoked, and so
she was stoked. She saw that look on her face. Like, what are we doing?
She's like, don't make me do it, but I'll support you.
Yeah, she was like, absolutely. That sounds great for you to do it after you get off work. Cool. Oh, and by the way, take your daughter outside to do it with you.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh my God, I love
So
it.
that's what I did, and and it was funny because my daughter would call it taco money.
Oh, yeah. All
You went
right.
to Taco
Yeah.
Bell
I'd be
or
like,
something?
look.
What'd you do with it?
No, well, I used to eat at Chili Pepper every day for like a
Wow.
decade.
Every day?
Yeah.
How could you do that? Easily, I guess. You're very
well,
skinny.
You know, I grew up right there on Avenue A, so like
Yeah.
we
Yeah,
used
it was
to,
easy.
It's right there.
we used to joke like what are we having for dinner? Like we having
pepper.
home cooking tonight? Like we called it home cooking.
Oh, yeah.
So
I get that.
people
No
are like-
shade to your mom.
Yeah,
like,
so
dude.
people are like, why are you obsessed with that place? And I'm like, it's like at this point, it's like part of my gut biome.
you
So-
Your
need
body goes into shock
Yeah.
without it. It's like, where's that grease?
It's weird.
with withdrawals. And,
It's
yeah,
weird.
You don't want to do that.
I have a Mexican food addiction, so.
So
We're here
taco
to-
money.
we're
you're
here to
getting
help.
so-
We're here to
The
help.
magic box in the front just explodes with taco money from my daughter now, so she's happy. So the
Yeah.
season ends, and then I'm like, okay, well then I built I took some old packing bins and threw them upside down and made a little bigger honor box area. And then, that was, and at this point, it's like I am dedicating most of my day, and I'm doing it. I'm picking the
Yeah.
fruit
Oh,
and
okay.
bagging it and
That makes-
doing all
yep.
that. So like, and sometimes by the time I get it bagged up and I put it on the table and I go to pick more, like it's gone by the time I get back.
Oh,
And then
wow,
people are
okay.
waiting, so I'm bagging it and handing it
Oh
to
my
them.
goodness.
So it's like it's starting to like get
Yeah.
kind of crazy, and
People are waiting.
yeah, he's like sitting there waiting, and then like I was like, my beekeeper's ready. Like, hey, give me some jars. I'm gonna put some honey out here. He's okay, and people buy that. So it's just like, okay, so
Wow. That's how
I'm
it
just gonna
started.
do this, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And-
Started with a bag of fruit on the side of
Yeah,
the road.
literally.
And then a beekeeper shows up.
Yeah,
So you-
it's my beekeeper.
Oh,
It's like
Yeah.
a joke. It's
Okay.
you have your own beekeeper.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you?
Yeah. Why wouldn't you?
Well, we use they're for pollinating.
Yeah,
So-
that makes total sense.
Yeah.
Okay,
I don't know
yeah.
anything
Is
about
that,
farms.
is
Yeah.
that like the science behind it?
yeah.
We
So,
need bees.
Yeah,
You
so we
need-
need
yeah.
we need bees. You have bees.
Okay.
And he
Now we got
showed-
honey.
Now you got honey.
Yeah, so I'm just like, I
still the
got all
honor
this-
system with the honey and everything too.
not
that more
anymore.
expensive?
Not anymore.
That's
Not since
more-
we had a cash register. Like we
Okay.
have,
Okay.
we have a lot more
Cash-
products now. too.
Yes.
You're cheating
Oh, yes.
with the okay.
So yeah, and it's just grown, and we started. So the third year, I started selling ice cream. Thank you, Gabriel. Friend, and this is how great Yuma is. Like the people like. I didn't have a ton of money to do any of this, so and I borrowed some money and stuff. So, I'm looking for used stuff and just like, and I've found some dude had some ice cream machines, some soft serve machines. So, I went and talked to him. He just moved here from Salinas, and great guy, and he was just like, I told him what I was doing, and he was just like, man, like. That's so awesome. He's like, just take these.
Wow.
And
You're like, really?
I'm like, really? He's like, I don't even know if they work. He's like, if they work, just give me something
get
for
them
them.
off my property.
Yeah, he's like, if not, like, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
He's like, I was gonna use because he's in the middle of a date field. So he's like, I was gonna make date shakes, but didn't happen. So like, just random things have happened. So I just did that to buy, to do vanilla for date shakes. Is the reason why I started doing the ice cream. And then I was like, I am a fat kid at heart, and on top of bean and rice burritos, I love Dole Whip. And
Okay.
whenever I see Dole Whip, I don't go to Disneyland often. So when I go to like the beach and you see the Dole Whip
Yes.
stand, like I'll buy 6.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Skate
You're
them
like,
back to
kids
our
and
house.
Amy, none of this is for
Yeah,
you either.
I hide them
This
in the
is all-
freezer, and no one touched these. So, I was like, oh, wait, I think this is like a machine that makes Dole Whip. So I looked online, and it turns out they had other flavors. They had orange and lemon and all these other ones. I was like, lemon? Like, that's totally on brand.
Yes,
And
obviously,
so, we just started doing that. So, and a lot of people never even heard of it.
I never heard of it.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
didn't know what Dole Whip was. I
neither.
never heard of it. But I will say this, that so I when I'm outside of here, I do marketing and advertising for businesses and help them with stuff. And it was brought up in one of the meetings that, and I'm not going to say what company, but they said, hey, somebody suggested you should start selling Dole Whip. Because how much success the Lemon Grove has had with it, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, oh wow! So it's you brought something that I never heard of, something that I wasn't familiar with, and now it's like, hey, we need to get on this train because this is doing really well.
And it's that, and there's also like there already is. And I'm not the first, believe it or not.
Oh, okay.
Like,
Oh, there already is Dole Whip here?
Tiki Hut's been selling Dole Whip for 10 years.
Oh, wow.
Like,
Yeah.
and so there's.
But you, with your marketing and everything, that kind of stuff just
So-
ties
Yeah.
together.
Mine is different. Like mine is, so you can buy the Dole Whip out of from Dole, and it comes that way. But like we mess with ours.
Oh,
So
gotcha.
Okay.
ours is, and Disneyland does that too. So like if you buy it out of the bag and try to make it, it's not going to taste the same as like ours or
And you
Disneyland
can't tell
does.
us, obviously, what you do.
Nope, it's proprietary. So.
Yeah.
We'll never know.
So you got this. You got your Dole Whip. Things are moving. Now it's a destination,
Yeah.
and not only is it a destination, you're going to get another destination.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that your idea or Amy's?
So the person that owns that place out there on Highway 95 is one of my largest vendors. So she makes like my lemonade, and she lives right next. So I live out there. My dad lives a mile away, and she lives right on the other side of the canal from my dad. So like she could go out and pick tangelos off his tree and come back and make them into marmalade, and she does. So. So she does that kind of stuff for me already, and it was just she had a bad deal out there, so she just needed a tenant,
Oh, okay.
and was
It's
just
you.
like, "Hey, I don't want this place to sit vacant for a year
Yep.
and get trashed." And I'm like, "Oh yeah, let's do it. Why not? You
why
know?
not?
Why don't we? Let's add one more
Yeah.
thing to my plate.
A really smart guy I know said, "Never say whoa when you're in a hard pull." So
Okay.
just keep on going and hang
keep on going.
Yeah, just hang on and it'll be fine.
Oh. So how's it going out there? Like, what is happening right now?
Under
Second.
construction.
Yeah.
Like, what's going
Yeah,
on?
I've got a big, huge mess and a bank account circling the drain. And so we got a lot to do
So everybody
still.
come out and buy ice cream.
Yeah, I am completely broke. And
But you have a dream. And
Exactly.
yeah,
you're-
I mean, we're putting
totally
infrastructure
believe
in.
in
We're
it.
putting in
Yep.
bathrooms and
Yeah.
parking lots. I tapped out the power. So like I just had to pay 14 grand or 12 grand to APS.
Wow.
To get to buy more power off them.
Yep.
So
Oh, jeez.
and like I'm still waiting on that work to get done. So we're within. Yeah, I'm trying to open in 60 days. So
Okay.
Wow, 60
Yeah. That's
days.
fast.
Yeah.
and I got exposed studs still. So the property out there wasn't full tear down like we did at the Lemon Grove. So the existing part of the Lemon Grove, for those of you that have been there, behind the striped fence, there was a house back there. And this year, that house is going to be like our main sales floor. And then, because what happens every year, or last year, is every time the wind would blow bad, like it just trashes everything. Like some products we just have to repackage, or just, everything gets covered in dirt. So we needed somewhere we could close and lock and, have a better situation. And then, people are wandering off into the Grove all the time. So we're like, we need to give these people a place to go. So I took out some trees. So in the middle of that grove, there's a big clearing, and we're planting grass in it, and we're putting these cabanas up
Cool.
in between the trees. And I put date palms out there, and when they're opened up, like it's gonna look like a cathedral at night.
Wow.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice. So you're doing some renovations there. You got your second location.
Yeah.
We're going to be wrapping up, but before I do, I just want to mention you do stuff for the community as well, right? Like
Yeah.
you let a lot. And I've seen something like people would send me like, hey, they got watermelons for real cheap because you're helping other. I think it was a Pasquinelli's or something. They got in a bind, and you were able to get watermelons for cheap. Go in a little bit of that before we close.
So there's a saying in produce that the everybody's biggest customer is the trash can. And that's true. And it's all because of silly markets and the way that the grocery stores work. The grocery stores are your enemy. Make no mistake about that. They want to sell you worthless, tasteless fruit because they want to get every dollar out of every piece of anything they buy.
Okay.
So I wanted to say this earlier, but like starting the Lemon Grove, something died in me when I went to the store with my wife before I did this. I needed oranges for a recipe. I got the oranges and I cut them, and like they weren't even remotely sweet. And my wife was like, "What, are you new to this?" And I'm like, "What? Like I've never bought it."
up, Tyler.
Yeah, like I just don't eat oranges when we don't grow them.
Yeah.
Like I'm sick enough from eating oranges all
Yeah.
winter that I don't eat them. So So she's like, yeah, this is just like how it is.
Yeah.
And then Sunkist told me like those tangelos are not good to eat until January.
Okay.
And they told me to pick them the first week of December this year, or a couple years ago. And I was just like, no way. Like, because number one, the public, you're going to buy it, you're not going to like it, and you're not going to buy more,
Okay.
much less come back and pay more. So it's, it's a downward spiral.
Yeah.
And so I was just like, let's just take our chances doing it here. And like when people find out what we call it tree ripe, what a piece of tree ripe fruit is supposed to taste like.
It's mind blowing.
Yeah, just like our strawberries that we bring in from Carlsbad. Like that's what a strawberry
Oh yeah,
tastes
that's a big
like.
popular thing too. My mom loves those.
Yeah, so that's kind of, like we got the best citrus in the world. Like I will put my lemons and tangelos up against anybody on the planet. Like, so when I say the best in the world, like
Let's have a contest.
Because of the fresh, because of the freshness.
Johnny
that's what
will be
you're
the
saying.
judge. Let's have a contest.
And Yuma's a great place to grow citrus. Like it is.
Yeah.
So there's that, but I try to bring all the best stuff that nature has to offer. And if it's from out of town, we're going to go out of town.
Yeah.
And but you work a lot with community getting that, because like back to the watermelon thing.
So we actually do. I'm watching the clock.
Yeah.
So,
Back to the watermelon thing.
and it all kind of starts with the Yuma Farmers Market, and it's a 3-person board, and it's a small group of us. Barbara Rochester from Crossroads Mission is one of them, and since Barbara's departure from the mission, a lot of people went with Barbara in terms of donations and stuff. So there's kind of this small network that like we were running them out of Franklin's or FTS on Arizona, and different people that were involved with Barbara over her 30 years of philanthropy in Yuma. She's like my sensei right now of like, here's
you
the
do it,
big
yeah.
charity machine. Yeah. And so the Lemon Grove, we started doing the ducky drops. So every month we sell your spot for a ducky, and we number all the duckies, so your name and whatever numbers you have, and $20 a duck, and we dump them all in the canal, and we have a racetrack through our grove. And the duck at the end wins half the pot, and the other half goes to our chosen charity.
I love that.
Yeah, very cool.
So
very cool.
but because it's a charitable thing, I have to run it through a 501(c). So I run that through the farmers market.
Got it.
Our farmers market isn't just the market on Saturdays. It's very much this big charitable
Gotcha.
thing that is
Yeah.
getting donations that have nothing to do with the market. It's kind of just like we were joking. They're like, what is the Barbara Rochester donation machine going to do today?
Now you know.
Yeah. So
I love Barbara.
Yeah, we love Barbara.
so yeah, like living in Yuma, where like no one should pay for food that's going to go in the trash can here.
Yeah.
Like, so I've talked to a lot of coolers, and I'm like, if it's going in the trash, call me. I'll be here with a dump truck
So
and bins to
cool.
put it in to keep it
Yes.
clean, and we'll give it away.
Yeah,
Oh, that's awesome.
That's great. So I commend you for that.
Yes.
And thank you for the knowledge and the history that
I
you're
love
able to
learning
give.
how this came about.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
even the history from your grandfather and what happened after the war. And
Yep.
we'll have to get you on again to talk a little bit more about that. Or maybe you could hook us up with people that know a little bit about the Dome Valley one or
Yeah,
something
absolutely.
like on and on. So, because that's what the show is all about, is
Yeah.
highlighting Yuma and the legacies here and the different people. And ag is obviously a huge one. So thank you so much for coming on. The best of luck to everything that you're doing.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate that.
And with that, we'll be back after a short break with some Ronnie's Remedy questions.
I got a surprise question for you, Johnny.
Yeah, that's going to be coming up right after this. You're listening to 94.7 KOFA Border Radio.
AWC's Small Business Development Center is hosting its third annual pitch competition on multiple dates in September and October. This Shark Tank style competition is an opportunity for individuals to pitch their ideas, gain exposure, and win support for their business. Details available by searching pitch under events at azwestern.edu.
For KAWC News in Yuma, I'm Lou Gum. Governor Katie Hobbs has declared a state of emergency in La Paz County after the Oxbow Bridge collapsed into the Colorado River. The bridge went down after a wildfire tore through the area, burning the structure and sending debris into the water. The governor says state resources are now on the way to help clear the river, protect the environment, and safeguard downstream infrastructure. Governor said, quote, protecting the health and safety of Arizonans is my top priority, and the state of Arizona stands ready to support those impacted by this horrible event. The order also puts the state's emergency response plan into action and gives emergency managers the green light to coordinate with county, tribal, and federal partners. The State Emergency Operations Center is now at level 2, making sure critical services stay up and running while recovery efforts get underway. The Department of Emergency and Military Affairs is leading coordination efforts and assessing additional needs. For KAWC News in Yuma, I'm Lou Gum.
What's Up Yuma is sponsored by Sunrise Cleaning, serving the Yuma area's residential and commercial cleaning needs. Sunrise exclusively uses eco-friendly cleaning products and provides specialty services such as solar panel, carpet, and RV cleaning. More information and appointment booking at sunrisecleaningaz.com.
Hey everyone, this is Kathy with K-Pop for Border on Kofa Radio, inviting you to tune in on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. on 94.7 FM. This week I've got some cool K-pop collaborations for you, from superstars like Lady Gaga and Coldplay to rappers like Becky G and J. Cole. Join me to hear diverse, clever, and talented collaborations from K-pop world. Wednesdays at 7 p.m. K-Pop for Border on Kofa Radio 94.7 FM.
Those who care for the environment have an upcoming opportunity to take action. Friends of the Lower Colorado River will be hosting a river cleanup at Gateway Park starting at 6 a.m. on August 24th. Supplies will be provided, including water, trash bags, and gloves. Volunteers are asked to wear comfortable, breathable desert clothing.
What's up, Yuma? Welcome back to What's Up, Yuma Radio. We just had Tyler Woodman on. It was cool learning about the history, right, Roni?
I'm shocked about the start of it. It just started with a bag of fruit on the side of the road. I remember Bo, my husband, telling me that Tyler's selling fruit on the side of the road. And I was like,
so that's how
that was so long ago.
Yeah, that was how
He's like, he's making money doing that. Maybe we should do that. I was like, no, you go ahead. Like, I don't want to.
So that's how you were introduced with it. We're like, oh, Tyler, the guy over there that named his son after me. Yeah, he's selling fruit on the side of the road. And you're probably like, is it tough times?
I'm like, wow, I feel so bad for them. Yeah.
Do they need money? Should we get a...
I don't have any for you.
Do we need to get a GoFundMe for Tyler?
And now look.
Yeah. So that's interesting. And then with this grandfather, I didn't know that about like the different the Mesa and the different places with the World War being over and trying to get people back to work. So that was pretty interesting.
I thought the whole talk was awesome, and I'm excited to see what happens with everything that happens in the future with them. Yeah.
So now we're going to get into some. This is Ronnie's favorite part of the show. Ronnie's
it's about me.
Yeah, it's about me. So you have some questions, and I'm going to help answer it and give people the greatest advice that they've ever had in their life, and it's going to be great, and it's all going to work out for them.
Disclaimer: he's lying.
Yeah, no, not at all. So don't listen to me. Everything I say. That's the disclaimer.
Don't sue me. So yes, I write the advice column in the paper. And the Yuma Sun comes out every Saturday, so we're going to answer a question. And this is a brand new one.
Okay,
like I said, like last week, we did an exclusive.
So we did a brand new one last weekend, and then it came out in the paper after that with the legit stuff advice you should probably
with
listen
my thought
to.
out process, not just on the fly.
Because I have not heard these questions.
That's why I love doing this to Johnny. Okay. He's squirming. He's like, oh gosh.
Yeah.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Okay. It says, okay, we'll answer this one. I've been feeling so down lately, and I feel like it's my environment. I feel like I'm in the Truman Show, doing the same exact thing over and over and over again. I feel like I'm stuck in a rut and routine. I'd always thought about moving elsewhere, but my son has his dad here, and my boyfriend has a good job here. I feel like I'm the only one feeling stuck. What do you advise to do to feel unstuck, or should I just look past my own unhappiness and tell myself it's all in my head and I can change my mindset?
Okay, and you want me to answer that?
Take first.
Zumba. Go take a Zumba class, right? I think I don't know.
Get active.
Get active. Get some endorphins going, and
that's not bad advice,
right? Like I think because we could get in a funk, right?
Yep.
And those funk I've learned are chemicals. They're chemical reactions,
Got
right?
it.
Again, I'm not a doctor or a scientist, so just Google or ChatGPT what I say. But you have serotonin, you have dopamine, you have these different. So you could think you're in a bad situation because those chemicals aren't flowing in your body, right? And then, but if you look logically, like she said, like, hey, this person's here, he has a good job,
exactly.
There's stuff, and so it's not like pushing it back down, I don't think, like you're gonna like get rid of that. but you're going to be able to, or you need to look into how to start feeling better about yourself and your situation,
I
because
agree.
you don't want to blow up a good situation
Yeah.
by saying like, I need to get out of here.
Yeah.
I need to go out of town. I need to leave the scenery, because I'll say this too, like a lot of people, even with Yuma, like, I got to leave. I got to get out of here. And it's like, no matter where you go, there you are.
That's what I was going to say. If she decides, I'm guessing it's a she, I don't know, because she said boyfriend, but
yeah,
you never
yeah,
know.
you know.
Where you go, your problems go with you, and your attitude will go with you, and your depression will go with you, and your negative perspective will go with you. So she could leave and then, go to its new town and be like, oh, this place is bad too. I feel stuck here. So it's all about perception and being grateful for where you're at and being of service to others, helping others. Like, what can you do to get out of yourself? That's what I would tell her.
Well, and then getting out of yourself, one of the things I've learned from my mentor when you brought that up is go serve. Serving is
Yes.
the best way to get out of yourself. So
Yeah. It's an ego buster.
yeah.
And one, you stop thinking about you.
you stop thinking about you. Like, one of the things he would take us on would be, we'd just go get a bunch of waters when it's real hot in the summer, like it is. And we'd get a bunch of waters, and we'd go down to the library with a lot of the
Yeah.
homeless people hang out.
Yeah.
And we'd just give them waters, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, hey, it's hot out here. Here's some water. And then I'd build some conversations, build relationships with people that were there. One of them now works at Lutz Casino. They used to stay over there.
Yeah.
So, shout out to Tyrone.
Oh, we know Tyrone.
Yeah, Tyrone. He's one of the guys I would go give some water to, have a
Yeah.
chat with them, and now he's doing great. But so getting out of yourself by serving, and then
Yeah.
when you go and you serve, especially if it's that destitute, then you're like, oh, I should be appreciative
Yeah.
for those things, right? Maybe I shouldn't take them for granted. And then once you start to even think about that, the endorphins, the
Yeah.
different chemicals, the serotonin starts flowing, and then you're like,
Yeah. You have to start, like I always talk about, it starts internally. You got to start internal about what's going on inside me. Why do I feel so down? And like you're saying, the dad's there, so the son has a relationship with his dad, or a boyfriend has a good job here. There's things to be grateful for. There's things to be appreciative. But if you just put negative out there, that's all you're going to receive back. So you've got to start thinking positive. And like it's saying, like, you can't look past your own unhappiness, like you're saying, shove it down. That's not going to work. It'll
that
come
won't
out
work,
in other
right?
ways.
Yeah,
Anger.
it will
Yeah.
always come out.
Yeah.
You have to deal with that shadow part, but you got to
Yeah.
figure out why it's there
Exactly.
and what you could do.
Yeah. So what's the root of why you're feeling? And it's like exactly what we're saying. Probably because you don't have any hobbies or you don't feel useful. Maybe your career's lacking. Switch careers. It's never too late to do those things. So that's what I would tell her is try to get involved in the community, go help the youth. Like we have so many people on this show that need volunteers,
Yep.
Things like that. So get out of yourself, go help somebody else, start to feel useful, and be grateful for where you're at today. And then when you do that, you'll start attracting opportunities that might help you leave Yuma if that's what you really want to do.
Yeah. If that's a goal,
Exactly.
everybody has their goal. But yeah, I just don't leaving a situation because how you feel is not always the
No.
best thing, because
That's running away.
You're going to run away, and no matter where you go, that's where you're going to feel it. And so serving, I think, is definitely
Yep.
a big one. And one of the things I do, and I had to put into practice, is in the morning I kind of go for what I call my gratitude walk.
Yeah.
So I get up in the morning and
Yeah.
kind of give thanks, right? And I just
what you have.
So if you see me walking, and I'll say it out loud when I'm walking around the track, and I say hi to all the old Mexican ladies that are walking with me. It's like I'm the only guy out there,
Yeah.
and it's like hola, But I go on the walks, and I say these things verbally, what I'm grateful
Okay.
for.
Good.
Because one, I have to bring them to remembrance, so I don't take them for granted.
That's right.
And because once I know if I start taking things for granted,
Yeah.
they're going to be gone.
Yeah,
You
and we
don't
have
value
really
it
good
anymore.
forgetters. We can wake up every day and be like, oh, yeah, I don't even remember what I'm grateful for. I do too. I get up and I work out every day. I have a routine of meditation and readings I do every day to ground me to be grateful for the present day,
Yes.
not yesterday. That's over. And then the future, I don't even know if it's coming, So let's stay in the moment.
Yeah, stay in the moment. So yeah, go for a walk, and
Yeah.
that's what I did. Seriously, and then I also
But no
learned-
running. Johnny
yeah,
doesn't
no
run.
running. We did not run. And if you talk about
That's a
running,
cuss
in here,
word around
that's,
here.
that's horrible. Like, yeah, no, a good walk. It's good for you.
Yes.
And I also read again, so you could check. I read that a 15-minute walk is the same as taking a Xanax.
Really?
Yeah, I heard like you get a 15-minute walk, you get it going, you go out there, breathe. It's going to give you the same feeling. It's going to release those chemicals again, so you could like
breathe, relax.
You breathe, relax. Yeah. So I love doing that. I love seeing the green, the trees, stuff like that. My favorite place to walk is the river. I don't get down there all the time, but just right up the street from my house at the Kennedy Park there, I go for a walk.
Yeah, and I work out at home because I don't like the gym.
Yeah. So whatever you do, like I think that's a good way to do something to get out of yourself, get out of your head, get out
and
of
connect
that.
with the universe, and stay grateful for today.
Yeah.
Do you want to answer another one?
Yeah,
real
let's
quick?
go. Why not?
We only got a few minutes.
Yeah, we got.
Okay. All right, this one says, Dear Roni, hi, it's nice to meet you. I'm a gay guy who's 19, and I was wanting to ask for some breakup advice. I'm going through my first ever breakup, and it's super hard. We were 9 months together, 3 months away from our anniversary. It's super hard every day, waking up so empty and sleeping so empty. I hate it. I feel like I was way too emotionally mature, trying to have a serious relationship while he was in it for the fun time ride. What's the best breakup advice you could give? How does one go back to living without their partner, doing things without them? This feels like heck, and I just want this feeling to end.
Yeah, so I would. Sounds like he was codependent. But I don't know much about that, right?
Straight out the gate, you're
Right?
like, wow, bro, you're codependent.
Well, yeah, that's what it. I don't. And I guess
It
I'm not the
sounds to
professional.
me like this is a first breakup.
Yeah.
Like we all have it.
Yeah.
We all have that, I was so madly in love, and you think this is the one, and then it doesn't work out, and it feels like agony.
Mm-hmm.
And plus, you're lonely. So they just broke up, so that lonely feeling is new. So he's not used to it yet. But gradually give it time. That's what I tell everyone. Just give it time. And eventually you'll see that happened for a reason. You're not together for a reason. And be cool with you. Be happy being single for a little while. And then when you are good inside, you'll attract the right mate.
Yeah, and don't go stalking somebody and right? Like just put that out there. Don't go and try to hurt.
That's not even a thought in my mind. Why is that a thought on yours?
No, I'm just saying because you get lonely, you don't want to go out and bug somebody that doesn't want to be with you.
Like take me back.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Go take me back or beg or whatever because you get so lonely, right?
No, you don't want to do that. Don't be desperate.
Yeah.
Don't be desperate. Don't say, please take me back. Oh, let's make this work. There's a reason it didn't work out.
Mm-hmm.
Not saying relationships can't be repaired, though. Like, I believe they can. But you have to give it time, give each other space, and then maybe once the maturity happens on both sides, you can kind of reconnect, maybe down the road.
Yeah, and so, work on you.
Yes.
Dive into that a little bit because we've got to fill up some time.
Okay, so work on you. Well, what's going on? So what I believe in, everybody has a part in everything. So if a relationship ends, it's not all one person. It's 50-50. So what did I do to make that relationship end? So I've been married for 7 years, and it's constant work. But before that, I had a crazy relationship, but I played a part in that relationship being crazy. So I had to do a lot of work on myself to be able to be ready for this marriage.
Mm-hmm.
And I dragged a lot of baggage into my marriage too from that.
Well, any relationship you do, right? Yeah.
Because I jumped right into it.
Yeah.
I didn't give myself time to heal from my previous one. So what I would tell this person is give yourself time to heal. Heal, go to therapy, go be of service, go do things like that. And then you'll see that feeling, that painful feeling of being alone, it's not bad to be alone. I think that's a thing people think too. It's bad to be alone.
Well, and I guess, if you think it's bad to be alone, if you kind of feel that way, then there's probably something that you should really look into,
That's
right?
I know. Completely, you should be okay by yourself. If you're not okay hanging out on your couch on a Friday night watching Netflix by yourself, what's going on? Why don't you like you? So then that's when I think therapy comes in, or, maybe some spiritual guidance needs to happen, stuff like that.
Yeah. And so meditation is literally
huge.
big. And that's literally you sitting with yourself.
Yes.
And that's why it's so difficult for some people because they have to sit with themselves.
Yep. And the thoughts race. And what I learned in meditation? I had a mentor that told me your thoughts should race. You should wander off from the meditation after a few minutes. That's normal. Just do your best to bring yourself back.
Okay. I want to we'll talk a little bit about meditation because
you go.
In that, I learned that too. Somebody told me that it's almost like I looked at it like defragging a computer. Back in the day, you would have to defrag a PC. People don't know what that means anymore. Probably you do.
Yeah.
But so when it would show you on the screen, kind of it's doing stuff out of this thing.
Moving files.
Yeah, moving files and stuff. And so that's what I think happens when you go into that meditation. Let that thing run.
Yep.
It needs to defrag. Your brain kind of need to
Yeah.
do this thing to be able to run through it, so it's
Yeah.
okay. Because I know mindfulness, they kind of teach like think about nothing, you know.
It's impossible.
But it's very
That's
difficult. Or think
impossible.
about your breath, you know,
Yeah.
and which you could do for a little while, but then the defragging happens.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, there we go. We got it. It's the Ronnie's Remedies. Ronnie's
Thanks for
happy
listening,
now.
guys. Send me more questions.
Yes, get
yeah,
more-
I'm happy now.
All right, and with that, I got to get my paper over here. What'd I do?
All right.
What's Up Yuma Radio is a production of KAWC Colorado River Public Media. We broadcast from the studios in the Matador Activity Center at Arizona Western College in Yuma. We want to thank our engineer, Talon Gonzalez, along with Anthony Ornelas, Juan Garcia, Cecilia over here.
Woo,
Shout out to
she did
Cecilia.
great.
Yep. And Dave Reek.
And you can find out more about KAWC at kawc.org, on Facebook at KAWC Radio, and on the KAWC app. And stay tuned following our program for KOFA Midday Music.
And tomorrow we're going to have Jennifer Whitted, correct?
Yes, Jennifer
And
Whitted.
also we're going to have
Howard Blitz.
Howard Blitz from the Freedom
Library.
Library.
Yeah.
Yes. So that's going to be a great show. So stick with us tomorrow.
And you can listen to the podcast version of our program and check out past episodes at kawc.org/podcast/What's Up Yuma Radio, and email me and Johnny at what'supyumaradio@kawc.org.
All right. So looking
for
forward.
answering questions with me.
Oh, you're welcome. Looking forward to tomorrow's show with Howard. I've known Howard for quite some time, so we're going to
Awesome.
find out about those scholarships.
Yes.
What's Up Yuma with Johnny Porter is sponsored by Yuma Electric Service, LLC, serving the Yuma area for more than 25 years. YumaElectricServiceLLC.com.